Hello, I'm Mario Toneguzzi with Retail Insider. Joining me today is Paige O'Neill, who is General Manager of CF Chinook Centre in Calgary. Thanks, Paige, for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Well, let's talk about the Stampede, which is coming up shortly. And one of the traditional annual events that the city has always looked forward to during this time period. The greatest outdoor show on the earth is the annual breakfast, Stampede Breakfast at Chinook Centre. Tell me a little bit about that this year. What's going to be happening then and when?
Sure. So Saturday, July 9th, rain or shine from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. We'll be putting on our 62nd annual Stampede Breakfast at CF Chinook Centre. And we took a little step back through COVID. We still celebrated the breakfast just in different safe ways. And this year we're bringing it back full on.
Okay, so what does that mean? And explain for people what that includes when they show up at a Stampede Breakfast at the shopping center.
So we put on our own breakfast, and all of the pancake grills, sausage grills, condiment tables are actually manned by volunteers who pay in the form of a donation to the Alberta Children's Hospital. So all these businesses and people buy the grills. The money goes directly to the Children's Hospital. So it is a fundraiser for the Children's Hospital. But basically, you know what? You show up, family, friends. We get a lot of visitors from out of town. It's free pancakes, free sausage, unless we run out, and some refreshments for everyone. And we've got some great entertainers on the stage this year too. And
this is all in the parking lot, right?
That's right. On the east side, right off McLeod Trail. You can't miss it. There'll be a big stage. And this year we've got Jake Matthews, who's actually joined us a couple other times. A group called the Heels, which are the Canada's queen of country pop. And Craig Moritz will be joining us, who's an Alberta native from Medicine Hat.
Okay, tell me what this breakfast looked like in the last 2 years, through the pandemic.
Yeah, well, just to be on the safe side, what we ended up doing is actually giving out pancake mix and syrup to guests that came to Chinook Centre. 1 year was inside, 1 year was a drive-through, just to kind of keep that tradition going, because we couldn't celebrate 60 years of the breakfast in sort of our traditional fashion. So this year we have the opportunity, and hopefully people will be patient, have a lot of fun, and be safe. But everyone that used to join us for the pancake breakfast is back. And we've got our volunteer firefighters mixing up the batter for everyone to enjoy. So it should be a really good time.
Any idea of how many, in the normal times, in the past, how many people showed up for this?
On a hot sunny day, we've had upwards of 40,000 people come. Rainy days, you can cut that in half and go a little lower. But years ago, we did win the World's Guinness Book of Records for the largest attended cooked outdoor breakfast. Since that time, we've been beat by Nashville and I believe Dubai, but maybe one day we'll try that again. All
right, super. Tell me what it means to be back. And fully experience the Stampede Breakfast, fully experience the Stampede. What does that mean for the city, for Chinook Centre?
I think it's a celebration of the community. Traditions are coming back, the fun, the enjoyment, being able to get out and participate in the Stampede in different ways, the rodeo, the chuck wagons. It's exciting. And I think, cautious optimism in Alberta. It's definitely great for our city, Stampede, from an economic point of view. And I think just the families can go out and keep those traditions and create new traditions for their family.
Okay, now when you look at the past 2 years, obviously it's disrupted everything out there in our world and in the retail world. Having this breakfast back, having the Stampede back in its full entity, is that a signal, do you think, for everybody that we've moved on and it's time to move on?
Well, I think, again, we all know COVID's potentially here to stay, and we need to be able to live within that, knowing that. But I think there's an opportunity for people to move through it maybe not move on, but move through it in a safe way, keeping, yourselves and your family safe through that. But I do think with the Calgary Flames run, that was an exciting time, and it brought people together in so many positive ways, and great for the city. And you saw the Saddle Dome just full, cheering on our team. And then Stampede coming back in full force. Chinook's, all the caravan breakfasts, our breakfast. I think it's just a sign that people are moving through it and wanting to get back to the traditions and the fun and that community interaction.
Okay, before I move on and ask you a few things about Chinook, also your sister property, CF Market Mall, is also having Stampede Breakfast, right?
That's right. I think theirs is on. I just better get this right. Let's see here. They're on Tuesday, July 12th from 9 to 11. Okay. So yes, and that's in partnership. Market Mall partners with the Stampede Caravan Breakfast. So that'll be a great time for families as well.
Okay, super then. Well, let's talk about Chinook just a little bit here. Where do you think you're at in terms of traffic and sales compared to where you were prior to the pandemic?
Yeah, I mean, right now, our traffic isn't pre-COVID numbers, but those that are coming are definitely enjoying our shopping and our clients. So we are seeing the sales rise for our clients. So that's a positive trajectory for everyone in this building. We're also seeing new clients coming in. We just opened a brand new JD Sports, it looks awesome. It's right off the food court on the upper level, and it's doing really well. We're welcoming Stuffies. We're welcoming Costella cheesecake. So we do have a lot of sort of moving parts. Burke's is building a brand new store. So what we're seeing is sort of a new sort of generation and changes within the retail industry. And they're definitely looking at Calgary, and they're definitely looking at a home in Chinook Centre, which would just be great for rounding out a retail complement and refreshing our retail complement.
What else did you say in the past year open up?
Well, we had Oak and Fort relocate and open up a brand new store, which gave them a more opportunity to bring in a lot of different extensive lines. We had some renovations. We've got a new store area coming in as well. They're under construction. So we do have some moving parts. Chapters is welcoming, the coffee shop. Just escaped my mind right now, but a new coffee shop that's a traditional Alberta retailer, and Good Earth will be joining the Chapters group. So they'll be replacing Starbucks. So that'll be happening soon. So there's definitely some opportunities, and CF has big plans for Chinook for sure.
All right, super. And last question. So do you think we're back from a retail perspective, and we're back to normal, so to speak?
No, I wouldn't say we're back to normal. And I think I know everyone hates the term new normal, but I think that there's going to be some really positive news in the retail industry, not only for Calgary, Chinook, Market Mall, but across the board. I think the retail will come back, and it will come back strong. Okay,
super. Thanks, Paige, for joining us today.
Thank you.
Have you got your cowgirl outfit all set up for that date and ready?
I do. I have a brand new hat from Smith Build Hats, which is custom made. Kudos to them. Amazing facility. And so I'll be donning that for Stampede this year.
All right. Super. Thanks, Paige, for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. That was Paige O'Neill, General Manager of CF Chinook Centre. I'm Mario Toneguzzi with Retail Insider. Thanks for joining us today.